Welcome to our PD in 15. Today's session will be over the 7 types of rest. We will explore how the different types of rest can help educators recharge, reduce stress and anxiety, and help prevent burnout. Here's our agenda for a very short time together. First, we'll take a quick look at some data about burnout in today's educators. Next, we'll have a brief overview of the 7 types of rest. And finally, you will reflect on your own types of rest that you need and make a rest pledge to share your thoughts about what you're going to do to move forward. So let's jump in. Teaching is rewarding, but also incredibly demanding. Many educators face burnout and chronic stress. Now, we know that rest is crucial for maintaining your energy, creativity, and overall well-being. However, according to a recent Gallup poll, more than 4 in 10 K-12 educators in the United States say that they always or very often feel burnout at work, outpacing all other industries nationally. That's right, more than firefighters and police officers, people whose lives are literally in jeopardy on a daily basis. So Houston, we definitely have a problem. Have you taken a look at social media lately? The posts are full of teachers who are throwing in the towel, and not just inexperienced teachers. Now, before we get too deep into this discussion, I want you to understand that this session will only be about the things over which we have some control, which is our reactions to the type of rest we need. Not admin, not the parents, or what they aren't doing to raise these kids right. Only what we can control. I'd like to share my resources used in the development of this session. And as usual, I began learning about this topic because of a problem I was facing. Although I love my job, I was faced with the situation of feeling tired constantly. No matter how much sleep I got, I was going to bed at 7 p.m. and still waking up tired. Having a busy schedule, I'd done like many teachers and put off my yearly physical until I could no longer ignore the symptoms. So I want to tell you to make sure that you rule out any medical causes of your symptoms while working on your journey to get more rest. Do the blood work, make the appointment, and for me, what I found out was that I was severely anemic and needed to get iron infusions once a week for 5 weeks. That helped with my physical symptoms, but why did I still feel unmotivated? That question led me on a journey to find out more about rest. What I learned is that there are, in fact, different types of rest: physical, emotional, mental, social, spiritual, sensory, and creative rest, and that we need these different kinds of rest in order to feel whole. The first and most commonly known type of rest is physical rest. Physical rest involves sleep and relaxation techniques that allow the body to recover and recharge. Consider strategies like setting a consistent sleep schedule, taking naps, like when you get home at 4 o'clock and you feel guilty that you fell asleep for 30 minutes on the couch. It's okay. Take the nap. Practice yoga. Take the class. Do this for yourself so that you're ensuring that you get more physical rest. Next up, there's emotional rest, which allows you to express your feelings freely and avoid emotional exhaustion. Unfortunately, a lot of teachers are people pleasers. We hold things in that are bothering us until we are ready to explode. And those feelings come out in a very unproductive and oftentimes unprofessional way. Talking to someone you trust or setting boundaries can provide you some relief here. On to mental rest. Anyone who works a mentally challenging job will tell you that mental exhaustion is just as real and debilitating as physical exhaustion. Our brains aren't designed to be in overdrive constantly, just like our bodies aren't designed to run back-to-back marathons for days on end. It's important to give your mind some time to switch off so that your concentration capacity can be refreshed. The details are completely up to you about what you personally find mentally relaxing. Lots of people watch a favorite TV show or engage in some other fun, mindless activity. Doing this releases a spike in dopamine, which is called that feel-good hormone, and it's for a reason that we need that type of rest. Our social lives consist of relationships we maintain with our family, friends, co-workers, and anyone else we interact with on a regular basis, even if that's virtually. So we need social rest, and this is all about balancing time between engaging with others and being alone. Spend time with people who uplift you and take breaks from draining interactions. And we all know exactly who I'm talking about when I say draining interactions. There are certain people who, when you speak to them, they energize you and you leave feeling positive. And there are others that every time you talk to them, you leave feeling more anxious, more depressed, and more down than ever. Spiritual rest connects you with something greater than yourself, giving you a sense of purpose. So practices like meditation, prayer, or even volunteering can foster this connection. Spiritual rest is when you connect with the people and things, beliefs, and traditions that you feel connected to. Sensory rest is about reducing overstimulation from lights, sounds, and screens. Taking a break from devices or spending time in a quiet environment can actually help with this. All of these things that we take in constantly cause our sensory systems to be affected in one way or another. It's important to be mindful of your habits when it comes to what you expose your brain to, because what you take in will either drain you or strengthen you. That includes being in those teacher groups online and constantly just listening to negativity about our profession, our kids, their parents. Again, what you take in either drains you or strengthens you. So you have to monitor how much time you're giving to a lot of this negative online social media stuff. Some strategies to practice sensory rest include taking screen breaks throughout the day, using blue light blockers in the evening, spending time in quiet, dimly lit spaces that help you decompress, using noise-canceling headphones or calming playlists, practicing digital detox periods. So, for example, no devices after 8 p.m., engaging in nature walks to experience calming, natural stimuli can also help you with getting this sensory rest. In fact, some schools have even created calm rooms for students and the adults on campus to unplug. Finally, there's creative rest. Creative rest replenishes your sense of wonder and inspiration. Try surrounding yourself with beauty, whether it's in nature or art. Any of this can reignite your own creativity. Some other strategies to practice creative rest include things like visiting museums, adding art and decorations to your personal workspace, or incorporating creativity in just every aspect of your life. What are some other ways that you might incorporate creative rest into your life? Right now, you may already have a pretty good idea of the specific types of rest you are in need of, but I encourage you to take the rest quiz that can be found at the following link. to dig in a bit deeper and really get to the root of the different types of rest you need. Now it's time for you to reflect and make some decisions. Make your rest pledge by answering the following question. What specific actions will you take to ensure that you get the types of rest you need? For example, I pledge to protect my energy by getting more sensory rest by charging my phone in the den instead of my bedroom so that scrolling isn't the first thing I do in the mornings. What's your pledge? Thanks for joining me for today's PD in 15. And remember, you deserve rest, renewal, and joy. And that the best version of yourself is a gift to your students, your family, and most importantly, to you. For a copy of today's slides, check out the link on the screen or scan the QR code.